Whoa!
Are we
The
on
audience is listening.
Are they?
They are.
Oh,
Very
hi.
good.
Hi,
They're all
everybody.
listening to us.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
So let's. All right, now we can welcome back.
Here's the quick version. This is Tales from the Loop. I'm Kadave.
I'm Nick.
I'm Joey.
I'm Sam.
A Mac?
That's good enough. You're caught up.
You'll pick up the rest on the way.
It's fine. There's robots and stuff. It's great.
So, the very first thing, before we forget again, and I am assassinated by weird British ninjas, Bill, a longtime host and friend of the show that we missed terribly because he lives so far away now, sent a present for all of us in this game. We each got a Fisher Space Pen
I'm
sent,
very excited.
and I will keep Jason's hostage since he's all the way on the other side of the planet this
True.
week.
That's what he gets
He
for
better
being
be
in
watching
Japan.
right now.
I'm very
He's like,
excited
put-
about
like,
this.
Put this lifetime Japan trip on hold and watch. watch
Be
the show.
jealous
I
as I
really,
fondle his Space Pen box.
I like this description piece here. Our pens are the choice of ski patrols, search and rescue teams, law enforcement agencies, armed forces, and everyone who works outdoors and writes at odd angles or demands reliability from their writing instrument.
It's got a neat box, too. I don't know how to open it.
Phrasing.
Get a
Boom.
And then,
Push
if
and
your
pry.
Fisher Space Pen happens to have a manufacturing defect, please return it directly to us for repair or replacement.
Neat.
And these are the nice ones that actually have a clip.
Oh.
So
Fancy. I need a pocket protector now.
Right?
Oh, this is
you
so
don't
cool.
because they're ballpoint.
Yeah, but I want a pocket
Well,
protector.
that's a
For
different
fun.
issue.
Need
Why are you
want.
killing dreams, Dave?
Same.
No. Enjoy your pocket protector, but
Why
it's
are
not
you
going
like
to ruin
this?
your shirt without one.
Yeah, I just want to have the whole look and look like that. You know, I'm at Houston and I'm talking to the Apollo mission. That's all.
With your slide rule all hanging 6 feet out the side of your
Askew.
shirt.
All cool. All cool.
So-
like a slide rule.
The first thing we
That's
need
how
to
that goes,
do...
right? That's that expression.
Plus, it makes a really satisfying clicking sound.
It does.
I'm sure that the audience at home really likes hearing that.
I'm going to be playing with that quite a bit during the stream.
Just flip off your microphone.
All right, I'm going to write space, pen, test. Guess what? It worked.
Now here's the trick.
Right upside down.
Space. Pen. Test.
Did it work?
Behold!
Hey!
It does.
They'll even write on glass. So anyone wants to grab their
Oh,
phone.
I spelled down wrong. I don't know how that happened.
And underwater.
Mac
and
was here.
Yeah.
on wet paper.
So was
Yay!
red.
It's good. So thank you, Bill.
Thank
It is
you.
greatly
This is so
appreciated.
Thank you very
Cool.
much, Bill.
Even though I am, I don't know,
So
like 2
excited.
months delayed in giving them out to everybody.
We got them. It's fine.
They're here now, and
Better
that's
late
awesome.
than never.
Because the Fisher Space Pen is the only actual major industry of Boulder City, Nevada. When I opened up the box and I saw the space stuff, I was like, did he send astronaut ice cream?
That's what I thought.
I saw
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, please no, because I don't want to eat that.
I did want to eat it, and I was excited.
Oh, no,
I've never
no,
had
no.
astronaut ice
Really?
Nope, it tastes...
It's not good, but I
No.
love it.
fair. That's fair.
Yes.
That's okay.
It's like a Cape Canaveral novelty.
Yeah, it's kind of like if ice cream was a cardboard. It's delicious.
But like soggy
I'm
cardboard.
sorry.
Yeah.
Because it does like a lovely
Are you
melty-
though?
Oh, those faces are
If
golden.
I accidentally killed you with your cake water, I would not be.
It's
I would
so
be a little
tasty,
proud of
too.
myself.
I don't want to die by cake water though. Oh yeah, it's almond water that is flavored with vanilla and rose, and it tastes kind of like
Tastes
cake
like if
popped
cake
on
were
it.
water.
Nice.
Like somebody left out a glass of water in a bakery for a couple hours.
Yeah,
That's
mhm.
awesome.
It's pretty good.
Very nice.
Be very
very
good with
fancy.
astronaut ice cream.
Oh, I probably would.
It washes down the cardboard.
You can make the most boring smoothie.
It's amazing.
Just a hint of flavor.
It's just on the flavor, if you will.
So, as you can tell, we've already lost it today. And there's
We've
been
never had
minimal
it.
level of drinking. Like, it's
Right.
not anything to do with any of that. It's just life.
This is
So,
who we are as
here it
people.
is.
It's true.
But the first thing we need to do is a little bit of housekeeping.
Housekeeping?
We need to do... Hello! Get out of my mind, Charles!
Oh god.
I'm gonna mute myself for a second.
That was a good snort.
You can't start while I'm drinking. That's not fair.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Whew, we can do this.
I'm good.
you guys.
So-
We're good. We're good.
What we are going to do is we're going to listen to the recap that you all heard for the previous episode, because we need to do the questions that we missed that time for experience.
Yes. I'll try and do the fast version because it's a lot of pages. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, guys.
If you just hit the main points to kind of refresh everybody what happened
Yeah.
in that particular episode.
Yada yada something.
Danny was looking through some dream data, and he spotted a name, Bradley Kaufman, who is a douchey real estate
Oh, that was
agent
that.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Crash
Sorry,
also
caps lock
looked
issues.
through the data. It was a little tedious. And Danny told us about Bradley Kaufman, showed us the data page with the info about his mom. We looked up in the phone book to see where the real estate agent was, and Crash fell asleep. There was no message when we tried, or no answer when we tried calling the real estate guy, but it listed open houses he was showing. So we went to track those down after a quick trip to 7-Eleven for sodas. And we made it to the first house, which did not have the real estate guy in it. It had some lady who
And
really
sticky Slurpees.
and sticky Slurpees.
Yeah.
It's
and,
the Colt Slurpees.
Yes.
Yes. And Crash left a gross Slurpee handprint on the white leather couch.
Or joke Slurpees.
Yeah.
Mm.
We rode over to the next open house, but my backpack, the robot transceiver, it started going off. Crash thought my backpack was going to explode, broke one of the straps, and it didn't explode. So we left. We went to the second house. There was a gaudy car outside. Midge did some sneaking and saw a man and woman talking inside. It did turn out to be the real estate agent and Crash's mom. Let's see. Then she saw them through the window, talking to Crash's mom. Midge told Crash, who let the air out of the tire, and then rang the doorbell. Danny ran away, but Crash walked straight up to him and kicked the heck out of his nards when he opened the door. The guy was real sad about the state of his business. We all walked inside, and Danny gave him a nice kick in the side and yelled, "Stay away from my mom." Crash talked to his mom, who was tired and very confused, and she said something weird about needing to charge Crash. We took her car from the garage, and Crash drove to his house. Let's see. Random guy with the dog. Got Mrs. Clay home, and she was fine but real tired. I told Midge about Crash kicking the guy in the nards, and she was impressed. Crash got some beer and a baseball bat. And then
Wrote a country song.
yeah. Danny went home to find his mom. She was asleep on the floor, so he propped her up under a pillow and a comforter, and then sang to her the song of his people before heading to the junkyard, because we had to get the rest of the stuff. We made it to the junkyard. We saw some military vehicles along the way, snuck in and gathered most of the items. And then the last item we needed was inside, so I had to go in and bribe Billy with the speak and spell and the rest of my allowance money to give me the thing.
No more talking for waffles.
No more talking waffles. Meanwhile, Danny spotted a cute girl and stopped to give her his number. And then caught up with us and helped out. Let's see. We got all the things, put them in the stuff for the robot. Summarizing. And then Midge had to leave early so she could make it home just minutes before Marge showed up. She sprinkled some chips on herself to make it look like she'd been there a while, and then had a nice KFC dinner with Marge. And then the rest of us showed back up and saw Marge was there. And then I suggested we check on my mom, who was still passed out in the yard, snoring loudly but not dead. So we put a Rainbow Bright sleeping bag on her to keep her warm. And then Crash started to crash in the garage. He was acting real weird, not able to read, and started repeating a message about finding his parents for him. So I called his mom, didn't get an answer, and then used the transceiver to call Dav and was like, my friend's a robot, come get him.
That worked out real well.
Yep.
You're welcome.
No permanent damage to your house at all. It's fine.
So, questions?
So, question number 1. Did you participate in that session?
Yes.
Yes.
Ta-da! Number 2, have you been in trouble because of your problem or your relationships?
Yeah, my mom was passed out in the yard.
That she was. Amidst the sea of glass and puke.
Delicious.
Worst moat ever.
Guaranteed privacy.
Yeah.
The neighbors are like, what is that? Oh my god. I think they put in a puke moat. Number 3, did you use or struggle with your pride?
I had to sell my speak and spell. Does that count?
I'd say.
Okay.
I think your dinner with Marge might count.
That's very
Because
true.
you had some feels.
Yeah, there were a lot of feels.
Even after we canonically eliminated the thirsty Marge.
I appreciate that was canonically deleted. Because, I just wanted to have some KFC.
So number 4, did you put yourself at risk for the other kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And number
we
5,
collectively assaulted that guy, so.
Yeah.
yes, collectively as a group. And you went and robbed a bunch of stuff from the junkyard again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we
we
didn't
just-
rob anything
we
from the junkyard. We
rearranged it.
rearranged the location of some
And then
You
items.
facilitated a
It got
robot-based
stolen
robbery.
afterwards.
Accessory at best.
And finally, number 5, have you learned something new?
Yeah. Crash is a robot.
Crash is a robot.
Crash
That's
is a
big one.
robot, yes.
For sure.
Okay.
Which,
no
by the way,
surprise,
audience out there, that was all Jason. Like, at the very first communications about who wanted to play what or whatever, he
Spending
sent me a
those
message
points.
saying, can I be a small world robot? Or a small wonder robot.
Oh.
And I was like, yes? But how are we going to figure this
Son
out?
of a fine woman.
So that is all him.
Damn it, Jason.
That was not me as a GM forcing a choice on a character or something weird. Don't worry.
Majestic bastard.
Very
I know.
good.
We're all kicking ourselves that we didn't think of it as the
That's
real.
pretty great.
But how awesome would that have been?
If we were all secretly robots,
If
I'll
multiple
secretly
people
try
had
to
sent me
hold-
secret messages about,
that would be amazing.
can I play a secret robot? And I'd
we'd
be
all
like,
be trying
yeah.
to not let anyone else know that we're a
It's like
robot.
playing
Yeah.
Secret Hitler when everybody's Hitler.
Yes! That game is also really fun.
Yes, it's a great game.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm very good at that.
So that is that session. If
Okay.
you have enough to spend, you might want to do it because we're
Yes.
going to do a
I do.
second round of questions.
Yes.
I'm
I'm going to up my move because that's come up a few
times.
times and I
Yes.
haven't gotten to use
Yeah,
that.
you know what? Cassie's been getting some exercise, I think.
You have been biking all over town like
That's
crazy.
true.
Francois will appreciate how toned you are now.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
That's
that,
not
I
what
think
he's
that move
interested
makes
in
the
me
most
for.
sense.
It's my mind.
I'm into a very toned mind.
I'm just saying the other part isn't bad either.
That's true. It's true.
It's a lovely brain package.
It's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
It's essentially stolen. Like, that's when you pick up line. You have a lovely brain package. Couldn't possibly fail.
All right. So, that is for the, not last session, but the session before.
Yes.
And for last session, we have a different recap.
We do.
What? Too bad all of it's fake.
It's all fake. All right.
It's all in Canadian.
It is Canadian. You're right.
You won't even understand it.
It's very passive and delightful. And full of moose.
It probably doesn't even carry a gun.
Malulette Cassie. Mon Dieu! So much has happened since I showed up trying to surprise you. Let me explain. No, there is too much. Let me sum up. Your friends told me right before I arrived, Clash was lying on the floor of your garage in desperate need of a nap, while you managed to get a hold of Dav to come over and help Clash. Midge was enjoying her 2-piece and a biscuit. Danny was trying to keep tabs on your mom and Clash when he heard several cars pull up and the front door burst open. Men in suits came in and took you and your mom away. I'm going Swedish apparently now. But I guess you... But I guess you already knew that. I hope you're all okay. Then he peered out of the garage window trying to make eye contact with you, but all he managed was to get the license plate of the 1982 Crown Victoria you were put in. They drove off with you, and Danny redirected his attention to Clash, who was still unconscious. Danny tried to wake him up when he heard a knock at the door. There was a boy standing at the front door. Midge managed to convince Marge... Should I say that? I'll finish fast. In a French accent. That she was fine home alone and asked her to check on her dad. Once she was gone, Midge made a mad dash back to your house. Danny opened the door, and quelle surprise! C'est moi, Francois! I came for a surprise visit. Danny seemed very surprised to see me. Midge came up from behind me, and she was also incredibly surprised to see me. They seemed to question whether or not I was real, even though I was standing right in front of them. I told them I received most of your most recent letter and came to help. Danny suddenly remembered about Clash in the garage and went to go check on him. Midge pushed past Danny to find Clash on the floor not moving. She went to check Clash for signs of life and found nothing, so she started performing CPR. She could hear something fluttering inside Clash's body, but it didn't sound like breathing. Danny ran inside to call 911, and suddenly Clash said something about reallocating assets and a flushing buffer, which seemed to disprove the Clash is dead theory. Suddenly, the back sliding glass door shattered, and Dav came to the rescue. Your parents may want to get that fixed. Danny desperately tried to tell 911 everything was fine, and then hung up on them. Dav told everyone that you had called him for help before you were taken. Midge and Danny told Dav everything that had happened, and Midge suddenly remembered Clash's mom had said something about needing to charge him before she passed out. Dav placed his hands on Clash's back, and everyone heard a deep hum and saw his hands glow. Clash was awake, but very puzzled. Dav said he just gave Clash a charge, and Midge and Danny told Clash not to move. Danny tried to calm everyone down and asked Clash if he was feeling good and human. Clash had no memory of what happened to him. Midge accidentally let slip that she gave Clash CPR, which seemed to make Clash rather happy. Danny pulled Midge and I inside the house and left Dav to watch Clash. Midge and Danny debated whether it was a good idea to tell Clash that he was a robot. Danny convinced Midge it was best to keep it from him for now, but she was not happy about it. Meanwhile, Clash and Dav buried the hatchet about the satellite dish, and Dav told Clash that he was very convincing. Dav asked Clash to lift up his shirt. Dav was very impressed at how they hid his induction plate. Then they had a cardio microprocessor talk about Clash being a robot. Clash kept insisting that he couldn't be a robot. He has memories of being a kid and growing up. Dav brought up Clash's accident. Clash said he was fine, except for having to repeat the 8th grade. Dav suggested Clash talk to his parents. Dav also suggested Clash come back to the island sometime so he and Anne could take a look at him. Clash rushed into the house and told us Dav told him he was a robot, and we didn't disagree with him. Clash wanted to know why his parents didn't tell him, and Danny said they were waiting for the right time, like the Tooth Fairy.
I forgot about that little bit.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
it was
the
so
whole
good.
thing. Oh my god.
Clash decided
the
the Tooth Fairy. It was so good. Clash decided not to deal with this until we found you. Danny finally told me what's happened to you. Dav picked up his transceiver and wanted to head back to the island, but Danny convinced him to leave it in case we needed help. We established some code words, omitted in case this letter falls into the wrong hands. So we know if either he or we have been compromised. Midge was still in disbelief that I existed. Is this some kind of weird game American kids play? I told them about how we connected at space camp, over my great Canadian sci-fi novel and your love of robots. I think I made them nervous when I told them your letters inspired a new direction for the book, but I assured them all the names be changed to protect the innocent. Clash went into the kitchen to find something to drink, and Midge went after him. Midge told him she wanted him to know the truth, and Clash thanked her for saving him. In the living room, Danny started asking me questions about Canada and what my intentions with you were, which we can discuss later in person. Anyway, we decided to call the diner to see if your dad was also taken, but Nancy the waitress said he had left a few hours ago and that he was headed home. That's when we saw the red and blue flashing lights. La police! They must have come to check after Danny's phone call. Dav made a less than stealthy exit through your broken back door, and through the backyard we all snuck into Midge's house to stow the transceiver in her underwear drawer. Danny and I faced the wall for privacy, and Clash caught wind of the Kentucky Fried Chicken downstairs, so we all went down for a snack. And as a car pulled up, and it was Hank, the deputy that checks in on Midge when her dad is away, Clash handed Midge your mom's purse to see if there was anything useful, and we found it had her ID badge and some mace. The next door neighbor's dog started going crazy, which wasn't normal. Midge went to check on the noise and saw a giant hairy figure race by. C'est possible une wiki? We decided to sneak back to your front yard to grab the bikes, and Danny and I bonded over our love of Alpha Flight. Clash found one of your RC robots. Danny and I tried to sneak over to Clash to get the bikes, but my squeaky shoes betrayed me. However, with Clash and Midge's help, we managed to outrun the cops and get away into the woods. We saw an aircraft with searchlights like the one out in the desert, and all the animals seemed to be going crazy, so we opted to take sleets. Nearing the facility, we all saw the red hazard lights were on, but there were no sirens. Danny and Clash pulled up ahead to discuss Midge and her CPR skills, while she and I discussed why no one thinks I'm real. Clash asked Midge to teach him CPR and was swiftly shut down. When we reached the gate facility, Clash convinced the guards that he and Midge were siblings looking for their parents, while Danny and I snuck under the divider, leaving the bikes outside. Clash was so convincing the guard offered to call ahead and let security inside know we were coming. We managed to get inside and ran into Jeffrey, the receptionist. He told us Clash's dad was down the hall. He gave us all visitor stickers with barcodes and led us on our way. We made it to Clash's dad's office, where he was très mal, completely passed out over his desk. Midge started going through the physical files around the room, and I found a list of project files regarding microcomputing and autonomic functions, which went over all of our heads, and a collection of data disks. I searched through Clash's dad's computer and found a list of files dealing with consciousness. Clash decided to do his own science experiments by sticking magnets all over his body, and a few stuck to the small of his back. Danny located a map of the facility and found the security building where you might be held. Midge also looked through the family photos on Clash's desk and noticed there were none from the last year and a half, and noticed a newspaper clipping about Clash's accident. The consciousness files were huge and looked like a much more organized version of the readouts the robots were getting. Armed with a map and some of the files and data disks and Clash's parents' ID badges, we headed off to the security building to rescue you.
Sweet. Rescue imminent, hopefully.
All right.
Yay.
So, we will ask questions for the three of you that were here.
Yay!
Number one, did you participate?
I
If you
did.
could call that participating.
You get 1 experience point. Number two, have you been in trouble because of your problem or your relationships?
I think so. Considering
You
my
are
relationship-
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Maybe.
You
Maybe
are
a little
on
bit.
this roller coaster
Yeah.
entirely because you decided to come and try and surprise your space camp girlfriend. And now there's Wookiees in the yard, and who knows what else is happening, and
Robo-boys.
brain swapping, and robot children, and
Most
it's
of
just-
these things seem like a plus to me. I'm just saying.
It's all great stuff in my novel. It's all good.
It's true.
Okay.
Number three, did you use or struggle with your pride?
Well, my pride is always being prepared, and I felt like I was completely unprepared for everything that happened. So that counts as struggling with my pride.
I'd say
Okay.
that could count. Yeah. Because you showed up and you're like, I was totally expecting an entirely different evening. And now look at what's happened.
Now my squeaky shoes are getting me in trouble
Almost arrested in America.
because of squeaky shoes.
Number 4, did you put yourself at risk for the other kids?
Yes.
Yep.
And number 5, have you learned something new? What is it?
That Crash has not been possibly Crash for the past year and a half after the news clipping.
Yeah, not just a robot, but a new robot.
And also magnets stick to him.
Only one specific spot.
Yeah, it's a tramp stamp. Magnets.
Sweet. Is it an advance on 5 or is it 10?
5 will let you buy a new skill point.
I will be putting one in body move since that seemed to be the bane of my existence last time.
I put mine into comprehend because I think that Danny has spent a lot of time learning new stuff and is trying
Puzzling
to
it out, for sure.
wrap his head around all of that.
Totally.
I'm going to bump move again because there was a lot of sneaking and moving and pushing and trying to make things work.
Sure.
And also because I want to.
That's totally fine, too.
Sweet.
It's not like some other game systems where they're like, okay, if you want to up that skill, you have to find a trainer and you have to apprentice for a year.
No,
and then
thank
you
you.
can learn how to pedal your bicycle. Now, you guys are kind of between two of the buildings on this, because we kind of left off. You're heading towards the security building across sort of an open area, and you're kind of scouting it out a little bit. Really, most of the illumination is from lights mounted on the buildings, and then there's those red sort of warning hazard lights on like near every door that are going. So it kind of creates a lot of movement and a lot of shadows because those things are moving and everything's kind of... So like a T-Rex would be kind of confused in this whole scenario. Like, what do I eat? I don't know.
Eat everything.
As you guys are kind of sitting there, Crash, he's sort of bringing up the rear, and the door to the building you guys just left, back down this sort of little alleyway between other buildings, out comes his dad. And he starts going, Crash! You out, Crash! And like looking around, but he seems like he's okay. Like it doesn't sound like anybody else. He's not acting weird. He's just looking for Crash. And just behind his dad in the doorway, you see Jeffrey, the guy, like obviously doing the body language for, they were just here. I don't know. So he decides that he's going to not reveal you guys, but he's going to go back to his dad. And his dad's like, what are you even doing here? And like starts giving him a whole, like, what's going on? Why? I was sleeping in my office. This is weird. And then you see Crash, and Crash is totally like, I don't know. Triangles?
Checks out.
Classic Crash.
And they sort of walk back into the building. And that gets him out of the picture.
Pretty convenient.
God. Finally.
Normally I don't like doing like the narrative, like, here's a block text of something that's happening and you can't really react, but that's what has to happen.
Fair.
Fine.
But as you guys finish with that, a bunch of guys start coming out of the security building in front of you.
Uh-oh.
Like, probably 3 sets of 4 guys, and they each get into a car that's parked in the lot there, and they put on the little dashboard light and just haul ass out of the place. Get to the front gate, the guy already has the armature thing up, and they just tear out of the place.
Okay, so these guys come rushing out. They're obviously heading for the cars and are probably distracted, right?
Yeah.
Is it possible to, like, block the door
I was thinking the same thing.
before it closes so we can slip into the building?
Yeah, you'd have to do a sneak to get up to the door without being spotted.
I'm willing to try that.
You're more than welcome to do that.
Oh, this is gonna end
These guys
badly
are
for me.
on a mission, and they're obviously going somewhere else.
On a mission from God.
I'd like to help, but I can't think of any way that I would
2
be helpful.
successes.
Nice.
That is more than enough.
I don't want your help.
So you kind of creep along the side of the building, and you get over there. As the last guy comes out, you just kind of stick your foot out
Yeah.
and catch the door, and are just kind of
Like
plastered against it.
they're
Like
just
a-
Kronk, like,
yeah.
Yes.
But they all get into these 3 different Crown Vics that are parked out front and just haul ass out of the compound and up the road towards town.
Cool.
Nice.
So, psst, guys.
Hold on, Z.
Yeah.
You get over there, and inside, it's sort of similar to the other building you were in, where there's sort of a hallway, and you can see that there's a desk or something just a little ways down. And there's somebody sitting there, but they haven't seen you yet.
Okay.
You'd have to get down the hallway a little farther. On both sides, just as you go in, there looked like there's a couple of storage rooms or offices or something, but the doors are right there. They're locked.
Okay. How are we gonna get to Cassie?
Is there? I look around. Is there any sort of like, you are here?
Well-
Security cells are here.
You kind of saw the
map.
general map of the facility, and you know that any kind of secure area is going to be past the reception person or dispatcher or whatever.
Okay,
Role
and
they
they're,
might
and they're
be.
still there.
Yeah, there's somebody still.
Okay.
I have an idea, but I don't know if it's a good idea. I do have her mom's pass card, and maybe they let us in so we could return it.
Well, Clash did let everybody know that he and his sister are going to be in the facility.
That's true too, I guess.
And you also have armbands with a little
Yeah.
barcode on them, too.
But like, I mean, is she being held prisoner? Are they gonna let us even see her? I mean,
Why don't I distract the person at the front,
yeah.
and while I talk to them, you and Francois can use the badge and get into the back and find Cassie.
That might be the best way to do it. Maybe you're lost and not sure where to go. Okay.
All right.
All right, so I'll approach the desk.
All right, there you
and
are.
Get ready to lie.
And behind the desk,
I had 2 successes, by the way. Did I get anything from that, or is it just that they got in the doorway with me?
with sneak, you could give a success to another kid,
Okay, well, they're already
or
in,
you
but
could find something unexpected.
That's kind of what I was hoping you would say, but
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. I totally didn't pay attention to that, but yes.
I did.
So, you want to find something unexpected?
Yeah, well, while I'm here.
Just inside, there is like one of those on the back side of the door. There's one of those like on the door file folder hangers, like where like a doctor's office would put your file for the doctor to grab on the way in, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And in there is a file folder, and typed on the label, it just says "Soldier Outbreak," and the file folder is red.
Into my bag. For later. You said soldier outbreak?
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta look at that bad boy later.
It's gone from robot sci-fi to Z Nation.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Alright, so I guess Francois and I are gonna try and sneak. Yep.
Let's let Danny do his
Yeah.
see how distracted the person actually is.
All right.
She's just walking up the desk like, "Hi!"
No, I'm gonna take a moment, compose myself, and then get really panting. I'm gonna run to the desk.
Okay.
Can you help, please? Oh, I don't. Wait, I'm so lost. I don't know where I'm going. I just and I'm just like over the top with all this.
And sitting behind the desk is like a 21-year-old woman that just looks like, what?
So I'm going to be just as frantic as possible and as like incoherent, like every third word doesn't make sense, and like I start a sentence but I finish a different sentence.
Okay.
And just be completely confusing and like looking on the verge of tears.
All right.
Okay, the man and the thing, and I said that I wanted to.
Oh.
That's
my God.
3 successes.
And you're trying to do like a charm?
Yes, I was doing heart charm because I thought that was
yeah,
sort of
that's
the lie
perfectly
skill.
appropriate. So let me see what the bonus successes do for charm.
Nice.
Um,
You're also charming as we sneak by.
so number 1, they keep believing you.
Okay.
Number 2, you have formed a lasting relationship. Number 3, she will take risks to help you. Number 4, she will try to persuade others to believe you. Number 5, she's frightened, confused, or impressed. Or number 6, she's infatuated.
Pick
Get
6.
it, ladies,
Yeah.
man.
I will guarantee being panicked has never worked for me.
Okay.
It's never been a thing. Please, help!
Hey.
You want to drink? Please. That's never.
I promise it'll be a great time. It'll be a great time. You're gonna have a great time.
I haven't murdered anybody. I swear.
Why don't people want to date me? Is it the machete? It's the machete, isn't it?
Never once.
Do not recommend.
But good for you, man, Danny.
Danny is the pathetic game at like a next level.
It's like whatever you want, just stop crying.
Right. So I think that continues to believe me.
Okay.
I think probably confused / flustered, so whatever, so they don't notice that the other 2 kids are sneaking past and hitting the button
So
and
you
going
got
through.
3 successes, right?
Right.
Okay, so those are your 2 extra things.
Oh, okay.
The first success just gets her to the point where she's
Oh,
like,
gotcha.
"Oh,
Okay.
okay." So she's like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" What? Like she clearly starts doing the like, "Just please try and calm down." Like she's taking her time with you, and she's really focused on you. And she's just like, "Why is there a kid here? Like I don't get it. I don't understand." Lost and confused, but totally focused on trying to help you.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So nicely done, nails.
I'll just take it and pour one out. My hand is not going to fit all the way in the back there.
Fancy. I'm excited. I need that in a
Tiny
minute.
candies. I'm very.
It's the other style of pickup that you have.
Would you like a tiny candy?
A little date.
I got more candy in my van. Oh my god! It's okay.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just a show around here, that's for sure. But we're having a good time. So, the woman appears completely distracted, and Danny appears that he is still on the verge of having an aneurysm, but you're under the impression that it's an act. So now you guys can make a sneak to try and get by and get through the second door.
All right. I've seen Danny's real crying. I know that.
Don't fail me, pretty dice. Oh, you
You want me to roll first?
you roll
Okay.
first. That's a good call.
I have 3 successes.
Woohoo!
Jiminy crickets.
I'm dice training, like Jason said. I'm trying to teach
Dice
them.
That
training.
one's out.
You're right. Come back.
Yay!
Hey! You learned from the last
Good
time we snuck
dice.
places.
We did the thing, guys. Good job.
So,
Mission accomplished. Get out the banner.
Not yet. You still have to rescue me.
you guys get to the other door. On the way past the desk, you see that there's a name tag that says Jim Anderson. And you're pretty sure that the young woman sitting behind the desk isn't Jim Anderson.
Uh-oh.
That's your unexpected
Although she might be. I mean, you know, some
We're
parents
not the
out
judge,
there.
but
Their security guard made Margaret.
we have to come up with more Margie.
Well, I thought we were gonna do Marjorie at some point.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, working on it.
Parquet.
Megan's kind of close-ish. I think we could.
Well,
do
there's
her.
Mark, Marky.
Maggie. We'll get there. Mindy, maybe. Just, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Just
all
a,
of them.
Just a rainbow of me names.
Taste the rainbow.
Wow!
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
What do you think this is? Monster Hearts?
Seriously.
Go back to your
Oh,
s'mores beer. But
This is our innocent, family-friendly show.
I was confused. It's Monday
in
night
the
and I'm in
same
this room.
universe, merely 200 miles away from Carefree,
The
Arizona.
cesspool that is Carefree, Arizona.
The Whataburger.
Anyway,
All right, so we snuck successfully. Like, holy shit, really successfully.
You get around.
sneaky.
We're
Basically,
invisible.
it's one of those. It's one of those
Very nice.
desks that's kind of high. So the person sitting there is like down below the desk, and like somebody can come up and lean on the desk and look down at the person sitting there, kind of a thing. So they're pretty. With her being distracted by him being crazy, it's easy for you guys to duck low
Yeah.
and get past. You get to the door at the other end, and you swipe the card. That's what
Yeah.
your plan is. You swipe in the card, and the door just like pops open a little bit.
Yeah.
And it actually has negative air pressure. So as you open the door, you feel a little breeze coming out
That's upsetting.
yeah.
from inside.
Why would they bring her here? I mean, this is overkill. Do you think they're going to do something bad to her?
We have to find out quickly. I don't like the feel of this at all.
No, I want to get out of here. We're going to...
Through the door,
We just hear it like every down the hallway.
Little Doppler.
this weird blubbering through the door. Inside, you see that there's what is, it looks like a cell, but it's clearly being used as like an armory kind of a thing. So there's like weapon racks against the wall, but it's locked up in a cage, sort of a thing. And then on the other side of the room, there's like a big glass window that's looking into a room that's actually furnished all right. Like it's got a couple of single beds and like a desk in the corner and a little potted plant, and there's a TV up mounted on the wall, kind of a thing. But inside you see Cassie's mom passed out in one of the beds, and you see Cassie like pacing back and forth.
I'm going to go up and knock on the glass a little bit.
And from the inside the room, Cassie, you see the mirror and it vibrates.
Oh, shit.
Like it doesn't sound like a knock as much as it sounds like suddenly it just kind of goes.
Oh. Do I have any stuff with me? Like, I don't have my backpack or anything.
No, your backpack was left behind.
Okay.
It's clear that she's not seeing us or processing she's seeing us, right?
Well, she kind of looking over at you.
I'm like, wave.
But
Cassie!
You get nothing,
you
yeah.
can't actually see anything.
Okay. So I'll walk over to the mirror and like put my like ear to it and like put my hands on it.
What is she doing?
I don't know. I thought this was something she did with you.
I'm gonna knock. I wish. No. I'm gonna go like where her ear is, and I'm just like rap on the glass like harder. Like, what the hell is she doing? Like right against where her ear is.
And like now that you're right up against it, you sort of hear like a light sort of a noise,
Okay.
sort of, and then the thing kind of wiggles just a little bit with your touch. You can kind of feel it vibrate a little.
So I'm gonna knock back,
Okay.
but in like Morse code, just say hello.
Very good.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was thinking Morse code, but I was like, I'm not sure that this is in Midge's skill set. Unless your
Mind
dad taught her.
comprehend for Morse code?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like the way that looks. That's
Yeah, that feels much more Francois appropriate.
yes. And 3.
It might actually be investigate.
Investigate? Okay. That's one less. That's fine. Come on.
Do
Don't.
the thing.
Yeah!
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
So she clearly spells out. Hello. That wasn't even close to hello.
Yeah, I'm saying,
This could have fooled me.
I was just
I
like,
wouldn't
that
have
was
known.
impressive, but also probably just you knocking on the table. But it sounded
I
impressive.
remember a couple of letters, but I don't remember hello.
When we were at space camp, would we have had, like, call signs?
Oh, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
And now I need to
course
know
you
what they
did.
are,
Of course you did.
definitely.
because I'm super excited. You get to come up with hers, and you get to come up with
Do the thing.
That's very good.
Oh, man.
All of a sudden, it's the end of the episode. Like,
Oh, I don't know. That's tough.
No.
uh-oh. Are you thinking thoughts?
I'm thinking thoughts. I'm trying to figure thoughts out.
That's tough.
What does Danny sound like right now?
Yeah.
Out the door, you still hear.
Where my number? You're my mom.
Quick, go, Google, go.
Wait, what was? You had like a Scooby-Doo reference in the last episode about how we met.
Right. So, because my problem is I'm terribly nearsighted.
Yeah.
So it's very, like, Velma.
Oh, yeah. And Cassie loves Scooby-Doo, so her nickname for you is probably Velma.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely. Because like I even wrote it like in her backstory that she loves cartoons and
I
slapstick.
know, that's why I chose that.
Yeah, it's so perfect.
Just word of advice, guys. Don't Google female robots. Just don't do it. Don't do it. That was a dark rabbit hole that happened just now on my phone.
Yeah, that's fair. Now you're on a
although-
list now.
Yeah.
If you want to talk classic female robot, you want Maria from
Yes. Metropolis.
Metropolis.
That's what I was trying to find. So yeah, I like Maria. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Maria
that helped.
and Velma.
You just made a
Yeah.
bot named
helps.
Maria, and suddenly you found.
Yeah.
We need a West Side Story.
When you're a
Metropolis
bot, you're
match.
a bot all the way.
01, 01, 01.
Oh man.
I'm into it. Yes.
From your
Man, we are
A
having
bot
a
like
great
that.
time.
Fuck you, your brother. Forget that bot and find another.
Programmer Krupke.
Yes. Oh. I'm a little sad that you guys beat us in the musical episode. All right, okay, so I will Morse code back. Velma to Maria.
Aw.
And go ahead and do a mind investigate.
Mind investigate. Okay.
Because it's a little, like, since you can't see them knocking, it's
Yeah.
a little
Okay.
harder for you to suss it out.
Sure.
and you can't imagine that Francois would be here.
Why would I
Right,
think
that is way left field.
that's true?
Yeah,
That
even
is
she
very
thought he
true.
was fake.
She's like, oh my god, he's real!
I thought I made him up. Two successes.
Oh, very nice. So with your one success, you understand the message.
Okay.
With your second success, you get an additional bonus die for anything relating to Morse code communication
Okay.
in the future.
Hopefully, I have to use it again.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So, like, you guys see Cassie look very confused, and she just steps back and looks at the mirror, and she goes, you probably just see her mouth, Francois?
Oui. Yes, affirmative. 10-4, whatever.
He starts doing semaphore, and then, oh damn it, he can't see us.
What is the binary for yes?
Is there anything in the room to write with? Is there, like, paper, or...
Probably not.
Okay.
I have an idea. I mean, I'm not there, but I have an idea that Cassie might think of.
Okay.
Fog up the mirror.
Oh.
Well, they're doing their
Captain Escape Room over here.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's
Well, they're doing their Morse code, though. I'm gonna go look at the door to the room. Because I
the
imagine
room
there's
she's
a,
in?
yeah, because I imagine there's a door right there.
There
too.
is absolutely just kind of around the side.
Okay.
Yeah. Or we could open the door.
Well, yeah, I'm like, all right, she's in there. We made contact. I'm gonna go look for the door now.
that's fair.
I'll let
Nobody
them,
asked about
well,
it
I'll
until
let
right
them have
then.
their cute fogging up the mirror session, okay? Like, I'm gonna go over and make the other door work.
No, it's next, like it goes from this to next time it's pottery and Francois is dead.
Wait, if he said, is he real or fake?
So you get over to the door, and it is it's like a real heavy fire door kind of a thing, and it's got like a number combination keypad thing on top of the
yikes.
knob.
Damn,
To
it
it.
doesn't take a swipe card.
It does not.
Son of a bitch. I am afraid to hit buttons.
And just across there is another door that's just the same. It has a thing. So it's
I mean, I have Tech Tinker, but it's not very high. And I'm worried that if I fuck it up, I will lock her in there for forever.
How's your investigate?
My investigate's actually really high. Mine investigate's super high for me. That's going to be a Dave call, though.
Maybe you can figure out the worn buttons.
yeah. You
Maybe.
Can, I mean, you can try. I will say that it's probably going to need 3 successes.
Well,
'Cause
it's not
it's
going to
super
hurt
hard.
to at least try.
Absolutely.
Oh, I need that. One success.
From inside the room, is there, like, what's the door situation from inside?
From the inside, the door is just flat. Like,
Okay.
there's not even a doorknob or anything. It's just
Gotcha.
like you can tell there's a door there, and you were led through the door when you got here, and you were conscious. So, but they brought you in, and they kind of actually, I forgot to mention, they probably have your mom hooked up to like an IV bag,
Okay.
but it's just
Rehydrate.
saline. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna need some fluids.
But they kind of cleaned her up, and she's wearing just like a set of scrubs, sort of
Okay.
a thing, where she's laying on the bed. The door, though, once it closes, there's not even a door handle or anything on the inside.
Okay. What's the door made of?
Some kind of metal.
Okay.
Like, it's heavy duty.
Yeah.
So
If only we had Crash's back to magnetize it or something.
kind
Okay.
of the. So you guys came in through here.
Crash's back.
Yeah.
Here's that armory room.
Yeah.
And then that's the mirror that you saw.
Okay.
And then over here is
Okay.
the door where you're standing now.
And then is it a wall to the other side? Then?
Yeah, here is just a wall.
Okay.
Like the side of the building. Kind of.
Okay. Well, I did not. I got 1 success, but that's not enough for that. So
So you kind of see that like several of them have some smudges on the numbers,
Yeah.
but it's hard for you to figure out
yeah,
what order or whatever.
I'm scared to try punching them even just one time. Everything just goes off or something.
8675309.
That only worked for you.
Changes based on which player is punching in the numbers.
It is a base full of tech nerds.
Yeah. I'm gonna poke my head around the corner. Francois,
Oui.
there's a keypad on the door, but I can't. The key card isn't gonna work, and I don't have a passcode.
Merde.
Yeah, whatever that is.
It's not good.
Okay, I can tell by your tone.
It's a long shot. Morse code. Passcode? Thoughts?
Would I have seen them put the passcode when they brought us here?
You know what?
Ooh.
Do
Some leverage stuff going on here.
do a mind investigate to see if you
Okay.
caught it.
Okay.
Oh god, it's gonna be the house listings all over again.
But it's gonna need 2 successes
Okay.
because you were kind of distraught when you were brought.
Yeah, that's fair. Ooh.
Yikes.
That's no successes, but I have luck.
Do the luck
I'm going to use a luck to re-roll all of them, right? All of the ones that were not successes? Okay.
So literally all of them.
Yeah. All right, dice. Don't do that again. Shake them up a little more.
2 successes.
2 successes! Yay!
So you recall the 4-digit passcode of your choosing.
Hooray! Okay. I will Morse code knock that on the thing.
Very good.
4, 9, 6, 3.
Boop, 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 boop.
And then you hear the doorknob like unlatch, so it's
Oh.
like you hear that pop noise.
So I'm gonna go ahead and like open up the door a ways and stick my head in. Cassie,
Midge! What are you doing here?
getting you out.
Yeah, oh, my mom's passed out.
And again, as soon as you open the door, the pressure in this hallway is higher, so air moves into the room.
Oh, weird.
Everything's weirdly pressurized here.
Yeah, it's really
I
weird.
don't like it. But I
In
don't know
fact,
if we can move your
Cassie,
mom.
your ears might pop.
Oh. Does anybody have any gum? I don't.
Gum?
Francois!
Cassie!
Immediately forgets about the gum and just hugs you.
Yeah.
And then, ooh, gum. Yay.
Yes. Maple gum.
Merci.
Oh, Rien.
What are you doing here?
Can surprise you.
I am very surprised.
I thought you might be.
We should get out of here.
Yeah. My mom's passed out.
I'm not sure we can do a lot for her right now,
That's
but
true.
we got to get you out of here. Danny is
Where's
just-
Crash?
He went somewhere with his dad. I have some interesting documents you're going to look over later when we're not here in this facility where we might get caught because Danny's distracting the person at the front.
That's true. Crash is a robot.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, good.
It came up.
Yeah, it got really awkward. We'll talk about all of that later.
Okay.
Did you know Mitch knows CPR?
Shut up, Francois. I liked you better when you were fake.
I do now.
Oh!
I God. You thought he was fake?
Come on, Cassie.
We met at space camp. He's from Canada.
This is what I've been saying the entire time.
Canada.
In the middle of
Yeah,
the
it's a
breakout.
place to the north.
Yeah, well, can we go?
The door behind you thumps.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
The other keypadded door behind you. Something is obviously thumping on it.
We can go look. Hopefully, there's a viewing window if we want to on the way out, but I suggest that's on the way out, as in not here.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that. Where'd the thump came from? The room across?
Yes.
I definitely need to go look in the window of the other room.
You get over to the other window. I'm excited to think what you think is going to be.
I need to know now.
So the inside, you see, kind of wailing on the door, a very pale and clammy-looking horrible Peter.
That is not what I thought. It's a lot worse.
Like he looks kind of fevery and like he's not well.
Ew. Well, he can stay in his not well.
And
Box.
he's aggressively hitting the door.
Yeah, that wasn't what I thought. I don't care about him.
You thought it was your dad?
Yes.
Ah.
He's locked up somewhere in the facility.
You're right. He was.
We should not let horrible Peter out. He looks more horrible than usual.
Oh, that's his horrible PTO?
Yeah, that's horrible Peter.
Oh, he looks like the worst.
I know. He is the worst.
Yeah, and we're gonna leave
You're welcome
him
in America anytime.
behind. Let's go.
No, do not want. Let's go.
Did we somehow get Danny's attention? Or is he going to be okay?
Well,
What happened to Danny?
Well, maybe we can get out of here, and hopefully he'll notice us coming out, and we'll follow suit.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are heading back out the door you came in.
Yeah.
Very good. Doesn't require the key card from this side. You crack the door open, and again, there's sort of an outflow of air. It's not like crazy, like hurricane winds or anything. It was actually much more pressurized into the room she was in.
Are you infected?
Am I a robot?
Are you also horrible, Peter?
No.
No,
God,
she's a horrible Cassie.
that's
no.
what I should have done that with the brain swap. Horrible Peter should have been one of your parents.
Oh.
Why did I mess that up?
Well, we could have Crash be a secret robot, and then one of us was playing secretly horrible Peter
Peter.
the whole time.
Oh.
Oh no.
Just happy to have friends.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what are we doing?
It's so good.
I'm not being weird at all. I just really am excited to go do the thing we're doing.
I'm just happy to be included and involved.
So you get out the door and you let it close quietly behind you.
Yeah.
And at this point, Danny is like around the side of the desk because she has like sort of stood up and is like trying to give him awkward comfort.
I think like she's made me a mug of cocoa.
Yeah, yeah. She's gone over. It's probably actually not cocoa. She probably just had coffee like in the pre-percolated pot.
Oh no.
And then she put
good.
like a mess of sugar in it to be like, that's the same.
We're just like, give me the coffee.
I think I understand what everyone's about this coffee.
If they're super distracted, I want to like hunker down like by the desk, and so like I'm underneath where the line of sight would be, and like smack Danny on the leg.
Sure. Oh, caw.
Look at me! Look at me! Look off! Look off!
Back.
Over here!
To get close enough to kind of reach out and touch him without being noticed, you got to do another sneak.
Sure, there's no way this will go horribly wrong. I got
Oh, one. Okay.
I got a success.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Dark, and here I am.
And then, like, you feel a hand come out and kind of tap you on the leg.
Like just mouthing like, time to go now.
Okay, so I will keep up the act while they pass, while
Sure.
they sneak.
And it's easy enough for them to all get out because you have been a very successful distraction.
It's so distracting.
And this poor substitute woman has no idea what's happening.
Thank you. I feel so much better now. This was really good. I just remembered I have to be in the other building because that's where I was going to meet my friend's dad. But thank you so much.
Okay. Do you need me to call an escort? Or you all right?
No, I have it. It's out the door and to the right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, good luck. Just take it easy. I know the red lights can be scary, but don't be scared. It's just normal. Everything's fine.
Okay, I was really worried.
I got a little scared the first time they came on myself, but they tell me everything's fine. So it's fine.
All right.
Whatever, Jim.
She opens her mouth to talk like, hello. I'm Jim and I like to smoke.
It's like Dr. Girlfriend.
Yeah.
All right, so I imagine we get outside and try and
You all
like
gathered
stick to the
outside.
shadows.
Yeah.
Should we try to get Clash back, or is he fine with his father?
I think he's okay with his dad, although I did maybe lift a couple things from the office that might be interesting to you about Crash,
Yeah.
because he might have died.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a news article that there was a really bad accident, and there's no pictures for the past year and a half of him the whole time that he was in the coma. So, but I got this other file we're in the security building too that says soldier outbreak, and it doesn't seem at all like it's
What?
scary or alarming.
He just grabs it from Midge and opens it.
Yeah.
What's in it?
Francois reading over the shoulder like, oh.
Inside, there's a picture of what appears to be some kind of U.S. military soldier.
Oh. I hate you both.
What happened?
It's just I turned around to look, and Nick's just like, like open mouth staring at me.
Dead?
But I was totally not paying attention. I just turned around and Nick was just like staring like that.
That's a good minute. That's a good minute video of me just looking at you with that open mouth.
That's great.
And then there's a whole bunch of information about this soldier, and it's sort of, like a personnel file. And then there's a next page with a whole bunch of notes from Dr. Olivia Martinez. Seems to be in charge of this soldier. And it's some sort of biological experiment.
Crash is a super soldier.
So it doesn't look.
It's clearly not a picture of Crash.
Okay. What does the picture looks like? Like
Just
a man?
some anonymous soldier you don't know.
Oh, okay.
Some bloke.
Some dude. we've
Some
never
guy
seen him.
in like the army green dress uniform.
But like
Dolph
one
Lundgren.
though.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
At this time, Dolph Lundgren is only a crazy Russian boxer.
That's true.
Still, the early casting was in Insert Coin as the mysterious a soldier outbreak.
Yeah.
It's his first IMDb credit.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like sweaty and weird like Horrible Peter did.
Not even a little.
Okay.
Like it's like a stock sort of military
Okay.
file,
G.I.
personnel
Joe
file
guy. Got
looking
it.
person. Yeah.
Okay. That is really
I mean,
weird.
if you want to really take time to dive, because it's a significant folder. If you want to take time to dive into all of the notes that are in the folder,
Probably not right this second.
yeah.
It seems like we've got more important things to do.
Yeah, we should probably go because I
Yeah.
grabbed some other stuff from the office too about Crash, and I think I broke Danny.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah,
Danny.
he's been making that face for a while. Danny, your face is gonna stick.
Do you share any of the stuff I already told you from that file folder with the other people,
Oh,
or are you just reading it to yourself?
I'm probably just reading it to myself because
Okay.
it doesn't seem like pressing to our current situation.
100%. That's totally cool.
Just like, that's weird. Okay, but our friend is a robot.
Our friend is dead.
We don't know
well,
that.
not anymore.
Well, I got stuff that we can look at.
Yeah.
that might help with that. Not here.
Well, we
Remember
should-
the whole not here
We can't.
thing?
It's hard to read in this dark anyway.
And these flashing red lights.
Yeah, this is not a good
Read
reading
three
environment.
like words at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we need to find Crash?
He was with his dad, so I'm guessing he's probably okay.
Yeah, but you remember that dream he had? Dream where his parents like experimented on his arm and then it was magically healed?
Yeah, and they fixed him, and they obviously wanted him charged before, so
What if he tells his dad he knows he's a robot?
I don't even think Crash is going to be that dense. No, like I get what you're saying, but
Hey, Dad, did you know I'm a robot?
Why am I a robot, Dad?
uh,
Also, the tooth fairy isn't real.
Wait, what? I'm just kidding. She totally knows. The tooth fairy's not
I get
real.
it, but even I'm willing to give Crash a little more credit than that. He was pretty freaked out.
That's true. I'd be freaked out. Well, no, I'd be real excited if I found out I was a robot. We should go.
Yeah,
I don't think we can get Crash away from his dad.
yeah. That's why I think we
mean-
should go.
Yeah.
He's obviously not gonna. He doesn't want to hurt him. Otherwise, he would have done it already, right?
Yeah, no, his
Or
parents
did
love
he?
him. No, I mean, if he did die, they love him so much they made a new one. That's
Or
what I would
maybe they needed a test subject and they killed him.
do. His parents are not evil.
He
We
had,
don't know that. They built a robot.
Oh, so all people who build robots are evil?
Yo,
Come
does
on,
that-
Danny.
Yeah, you're right. what was I thinking?
Like Francois a little flustered. He's like, "What are you insinuating about my girlfriend here?"
I am not evil.
I was ready to defend her honor
I'm a machinist.
and lose valiantly.
Well, but like to fool people.
What, like other kids like us?
I don't know.
I don't think.
How do you propose getting him out right now then?
I'm not saying we should. I'm saying
but
if his dad is there and awake, we gotta go.
That's
I don't know what we're gonna do, but we gotta go.
I've been saying that, and then you were.
Well, fine, let's go.
We're all agreeing we should go. Can we all stop arguing?
I think we will turn and go, yes!
Okay, let's go.
You are successfully going.
Yay!
We did
Where?
Anywhere
Ouch.
that's not here.
I'm guessing probably back to Cassie's house so we can analyze all the stuff we got.
Yeah, I think we want to get out of the facility.
Yeah.
It's fine. You head back towards the gate you entered through, where your bikes are stashed outside.
Yeah.
You get up to the gate. Are you going to try and sneak out? Or are you just going to try and walk out?
Well, they saw three of us. Saw a couple of us coming in.
Just,
who-
Back
think
that
it
gate was
just
just you and Crash.
Was it okay? So
Yeah.
they saw me at least. So I can maybe go up and talk to them, and let them sneak by.
Sure.
So
And 3 of you have, like, guest wristbands, for what it's
That's
worth.
true.
I'm gonna give mine to Cassie just in case, because the guard saw me
Oh,
come
okay.
in.
Smart.
So I'm going to give her my wristband, and try and still kind of be distracting so it's not like, oh, here's some random kids, because we saw the soldiers go running out, so obviously there's weird shit going on. So, thanks for all your help. My brother decided to stay behind and talk to Dad, so...
Oh, all right.
But thank you.
No problem. I guess have a good night, guys. Get home safe.
Yeah.
It's kind of late.
Yeah, well, that's why we're going now, so... Thank you.
Stay on the streets.
Okay.
And he kind of just goes, "Have a good night," and he kind of closes the door.
That wasn't creepy at all. Let's go.
Yeah, we should go.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
You can
No.
maybe take Crash's bike. I
Well-
imagine his dad will probably take him home.
She can probably take her bike, and I'll take Clash's bike.
Oh, yeah, that's right, we did.
Yeah.
Whatever. You can allot the bikes any way that you would like.
So you're heading back to Cassie's house?
I think so. Whichever of
I
our
don't know.
houses is
There
closest.
was also the police
Oh, right.
investigating her house.
Oh, yeah.
Might be better to go back to my house.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Are you worried about your dad showing up, though?
It happens so rarely. As far as I know, he's still locked up, too.
It would buy this some time.
And Marge is supposed to call me if she hears anything.
What if we go by Crash's house, because we know his dad is here?
His mom might be awake now.
If you kind of wheel
We
go
could
together
talk
without
to
Clash,
her.
no?
Make sure she was okay, and
Not evil.
yeah.
Partners, this is Crash. Are you evil?
Did you
type
build
it
a
out,
fake
son.
son to destroy people?
Did you
Yeah.
murder your child in order to make
Is
a
Crash a
robot fake
killbot?
child?
Yeah. He's not a
Mrs.
killbot.
Crash, there's a turtle in the desert, and it's upside down. What do you do?
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we want to go talk to Crash's mom without him.
Yeah.
That might be a little awkward.
What time is it?
It's late. I mean,
Okay.
it's at this point it's probably 10 o'clock.
Oh.
Where are you
Okay.
staying, Francois?
My parents have a hotel in town. I told them I might be out a bit late because I wanted to experience the whole scene in Boulder, Colorado.
Wow, you were grossly misinformed about our city.
It's not that different from Montreal. He's trying to be polite.
Yeah. He's Canadian. If it wasn't so late, I could say we could just go to the record store and go hang out in our hideout.
Yeah, it's probably a little late for that.
You can get in there.
I think I can get us in.
I think you have a key.
Might be more neutral ground than anywhere else.
Yeah. Won't have anybody looking for us there, at least, so we can look at the papers that Mitch found. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay. So you head to the record store. You get there. There's no girl on the bench.
Oh.
Well, it's late.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be
But
really
still.
weird if she was still there. Like 5 hours later, just I'll come back sometime. That's super
Oh,
creepy.
it's so sad.
Oh.
She's also a robot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Everyone's a robot. That's the twist.
Anthony Hopkins is just walking down the other side of the street.
On this episode of Black Mirror.
You guys are all like, I think I recognize that guy, and he snaps his fingers, and you all stop.
It doesn't look like anything to me.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Which I was so happy to find out the movie was way before 82. Because
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yes, reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, Westworld is the best. Yul Brynner. What's that?
I really like Future World too, the sequel.
I have not gotten my paws on a copy of that yet, but I fully intend to because I want to see it.
It's terrible,
I can't wait.
terrible.
That's why I'm so excited.
but it's.
We should have a
worthwhile.
watch day because I haven't seen it in forever.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I have Westworld, so
Yeah.
I'm watching back.
Marathon.
I have Future World.
And
our
together we
powers
have
combined.
Westworld and
Our
Future
powers
World.
combined.
We can learn the secrets of Delos.
I actually haven't seen the original Westworld, and I've wanted to for a long time.
I
but
haven't either.
It's just never come
For
across
the time
my
it came
radar.
out, it's super hardcore.
It's
Yeah.
a great movie.
Yeah,
That's what I've heard.
All right.
Anyway,
To the record store.
You've arrived at the record store. The girl's not there. You get inside. There's no alarm.
Jack stacks of wax.
And in the back is your hideout cubbyhole with your instruments strewn about haphazardly.
so I'm going to pull out all of the stuff that I had in my backpack. Because
Okay.
I got, like, a couple of files, I think, that said Crash on them
Yeah.
in the drawer. I think I took one of the tapes. Like, one of the actual,
Yeah,
like...
one of the
Crazy
discs.
Yeah,
splatter
the disc.
disc things. Yeah.
And then, obviously, I had the Soldier Outbreak file. So I'm just like...
Before we go in, I stop with the key in the door, and I go, Francois,
Oui.
this is for the band only. So, do you solemnly swear that you will uphold the ideals of the band?
Absolument.
All right.
Rock on.
We open the door. You're in.
Midge just sort of shakes her head.
Now we have to make Joey sing 80s new wave stuff with a French accent.
Oh, twist his arm.
Yes.
Ce soir-là.
It's gonna go well with my new Tesla coil instrument. It's gonna be great.
Oh, good lord.
All right. You get in the back. You're all in there. You would lock the door behind you, I assume.
Yes.
Thump.
I look out the peephole to make sure we weren't followed.
Well, it's probably a glass door. But no, you were not followed.
But he puts his hand up to it like this.
That's right.
To focus better.
So Midge brought out the files. I'm gonna look at the Crash ones first, I guess.
Sure.
Do you want me to make a roll for that?
No, because it's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay.
Essentially, the files sort of detail the construction process for a
Oh.
endoskeleton and various hydraulically actuated.
Wait, do you mean
Movement?
an exoskeleton?
No, it's inside.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. It seems super creepy.
Well,
But why should this be any different?
Yeah.
Crash isn't walking around in a robot suit. That would be an exoskeleton.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's-
I got confused on what we were talking. I thought we were
Yeah.
looking at Project.
No, the
Soldier
Crash
Outbreak.
file.
No,
Oh,
Crash,
no.
Crash.
Crash files
Sorry.
first.
Yeah.
First things
Disgusting,
first.
like the Wolverine.
Right.
Friends before soldiers.
So
That's exactly how the
it
expression
is
goes.
essentially the construction diagram for how to build a humanoid-looking, articulated
Neat.
robot
I'm definitely memorizing this.
with like some kind of
What?
unknown to you
Okay.
memory file structure. In fact, like a big chunk of the chest cavity
It's called Fat 32.
is dedicated to memory storage.
Oh.
think with all that memory storage, he'd have a better time of things.
Do the principles of memory storage that it's talking about in the file match anything that I saw in that emotions file, or the consciousness file that I saw on Crash's dad's computer?
100%.
Ah. I have seen this before. It's on Clash's dad's computer.
Oh?
It's
Really?
just giant files full of them.
Neat.
How does he eat?
Is he 3 lots safe?
Part of his brain is in his chest, you guys.
How does he eat?
what?
We've seen him eat.
Yeah. How does the digestive system work?
It absolutely has a esophagus tube that's built in.
Does it utilize the nutrients? In any
Not
way?
even a little
Just
bit.
Oh.
Masticates and
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't need to, I don't think. It seems unnecessary. But it does the thing. Like, there's a whole digestive system. I mean, humans are
CPR.
gross. So, what do you want?
How's that truffle treating you, Mac?
No, I like it. I'm making it's actually face in game because this is
Oh.
really delicious. It's Midge going, I gave CPR to a robot, and it's really weird now, and they're talking about esophagus, and it's like, No, I like the truffle. It's just bad timing because that's Midge's face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is really sophisticated.
Yeah,
It's very cool.
it's a whole different. If the stuff that your parents have shared with you from work is like classified, this
Yeah.
is not listed.
Super classified.
It is a classified thing.
It's
yeah.
double secret.
Yeah, it's double secret.
Mhm.
Ooh, neat. Okay, he's definitely a robot, you guys.
Yeah. Not to mention that Dav showed up and charged him.
He did?
Yeah, after
Oh,
he
that's
broke
super
through the
nice.
glass
He
door
was-
in your house.
What?
Here is the notes I was writing you. It details everything
Oh.
until you go away.
Thanks,
I thought you would want
Francois.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
and I have something else for you.
You do?
I do.
Oh! It's a robot, and it says, I heart CA on it. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Francois.
You're welcome.
Oh,
gross.
cute. Keychain robot. It's gonna make him do the robot real quick. Don't mind me. What? You gave me a toy. I forgot what I was doing. There's a robot.
You were looking at crash files.
I was looking at Crash Files. Right.
Remember about him charging Crash, not
Yes,
charging
okay.
Crash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then after he-
charging through my window.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
well.
like how birds don't always see. I don't think he understands.
Oh no. Yeah, we gotta
it's a
tell him about
mess.
sliding glass doors. He's gonna need to know that. Well, windows are replaceable. Crash isn't. Well, I guess he sort of is.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the whole point.
Are there any like dates or like
So in the second
in the files?
file folder, it's almost like a medical file,
Uh-huh.
and it details that when Crash had the accident that you all know about,
Yeah.
and the fact that he was unrecoverable from the coma. Like the doctors all prescribed that he's not going to ever recover. But his parents kept him on life support and did something.
Wait, so he's a cyborg.
No,
Or does an actual Clash sit in a coma somewhere?
Oh.
Oh,
so as you keep flipping through, you get that
Double Crash.
you get that whatever's happened, like
Is it
they
Crash 2.0?
did something that sort of mapped the neurons in his
Oh,
brain
okay.
and created this consciousness file.
Okay.
And they seem to have uploaded that into the robot. And the project is essentially running with approval, like it's an actual project from the facility, to determine if an artificial person can pass as a biological being.
Oh.
that's so upsetting.
Is there a name for the project?
No. It's redacted on the side of the file.
Okay. Oh. Well, I mean, he is Crash. It's Crash's consciousness.
so creepy.
Did we know Crash before the accident? Because I thought like he was a
You
grade
knew
ahead.
of him?
Okay. But we weren't really friends until...
It's kind of up to you
I-
guys if you sort of...
I did, because we grew up together. Our parents
right,
were
right,
friends.
right.
So, like, we
Yes.
were good friends.
Yeah. So
And
you
I was
knew him
around enough,
before.
I probably at least had met him a few times.
Yeah.
But you probably weren't, like, hanging out as much until post-accident.
Okay. I mean,
He had no idea what he was, because when we found Dav and Anne, he and I talked about the fact that they might be evil robots and we're going to have to take him out, so he didn't know.
no, I mean, why would he? He's, as far as he's concerned, he's Crash, and he always has been, which is true, because they basically copied his consciousness and just put it in a new body.
Wait, but he knows now.
He does know now.
So what does that mean?
He's a robot and he knows it? Clap his
Well-
hands? I don't know.
What? But like, if he's aware, you don't think that's going to have a problem for him?
I mean,
like a feedback loop or something.
Yeah. Or what if his parents erase his memory and he doesn't remember, but
Well-
we know?
we can tell him.
Already did it once.
Yeah, I mean, he deserves to know what he is.
Yeah.
Like, he's still...
See?
He's still Crash, but if I was a robot, I'd want to know.
See?
Wouldn't you?
No.
He was trying to get me not to tell Crash that he was a robot.
Look, we don't know what was going to happen when if
Crash
he
thanked me
realizes
for
he
letting
is.
him know.
Look, the upside is if he knows he's a robot, he knows he can do cool robot things that, like, we probably can't do.
Like, eat KFC out of my fridge. Like, I don't think he has a lot of robot powers, guys.
yeah, but, like, have you ever
Well,
seen
like
him
how
do
good
sports?
he is at sports and drumming. I mean, he sounds like a machine. Well, yeah.
Thinking back, you do remember, like, a whole mess. Like, at this moment in the show, there's the montage of all the things that Crash has
They were
watched
just a
somebody
little
do
off.
once, and then he does it the
Oh, I
exact
can do
same
that.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
the exact same way. Like, somebody does a pole vault, and, like, you can count the number of steps they take and where they land on the track, and then Crash goes out and does the exact same thing and manages it on his first try. Like, that's the kind of thing that you can now sort of piece together. Or, like, he sees a music video that shows a drummer doing a part, and he can do that part, but the part where it's focused on the guitarist, he has a little harder time figuring out what drum he should be hitting in a drum set at the right moment, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's fine if he knows. I don't think hopefully it's not going to mess him up, but I would want to know.
If it's okay that he knows, then why wouldn't his parents tell him?
Well,
Maybe they didn't want
it's-
him to think they were going to treat him any different.
yeah, they didn't probably want him to feel weird, or like, you know, it's probably going to be kind of hard to be like, hey, child, you died, but we fixed it.
Surprise!
Surprise! It's not a
But-
great surprise.
But he found out anyway.
He did, yeah.
And he
Maybe,
was okay.
maybe they were waiting until he was older to tell him. I don't know. Like how your parents don't want to talk to you about the birds and the bees when you're 12.
What, Danny?
Did you really go to Los Angeles? Prove it.
Ninja's
What?
not a robot.
How do you know?
didn't-
Yesterday we thought Crash wasn't a robot.
I went to Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. That's what I meant.
Yeah, with my aunt, who
Yeah.
I was maybe going to get sent to live with.
What?
Thanks for bringing that up again. Thanks, Danny. Does that
Why
help
didn't-
prove that I'm human for you?
I don't know.
Do you think someone would make a robot that's like me? No one wants that.
What are you talking about? You're awesome.
No.
He is
Yeah.
correct. You are awesome.
Ugh.
You're pretty awesome.
But, I mean, her dad works at the sheriff's office. He's not a scientist.
So maybe it's phase 2. I don't know.
Phase 2 is the sheriff's kid.
What? How do I? You go to space camp.
Yeah?
How do I know you're not a robot?
How do we know you're not a robot? There's
Oh my God! Maybe I'm a robot.
But
We
Danny,
all need to calm down.
Danny,
Everybody
Danny.
is real here.
You need to calm down.
Okay, I saw this in a movie once, and I'm gonna go over and smack.
Do it.
Do it.
Yes.
We need Dave to come back.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's okay.
Okay.
Listen.
All right.
Be normal human slap. On your normal human face.
Yeah. It was.
She was a robot. She would have
slapped.
slapped your head straight off.
If I was a robot, that wouldn't have hurt.
Yeah, see? Neither of you are robots.
Like I said, everyone here is real.
You keep trying to reinforce that an awful lot.
Because you can reinforcing I am not real.
To be fair, you guys keep telling him he's fake. He's not fake. He's just Canadian.
Canadians are real people. If you prick us, do we not bleed?
I haven't tried.
Don't tempt her. She'll do
I
it.
retract my hand.
He got slapped.
He was going into hysterics. I saw it in a movie.
Danny had
Coming around?
Danny
Bring
had a
around?
freak out of like, oh my god, everyone's a robot. He wanted Midge to prove Midge was Midge because she went to Las Vegas, and oh my god, maybe Cassie is because she's goes to space camp every
Yeah.
year.
Maybe Francois is a competing technology from
Yeah.
north of the
Canada.
border.
MIT.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then maybe I'm a robot.
very good. Did the slap work?
Yes.
Calmed you down. All right.
I didn't even have to roll heart lead.
Okay, so now that Danny's not freaking out anymore, are there any similarities between what I read about the Crashes project and the Soldier project?
Not even a little.
Not
bit.
even a little bit. Okay, good. Cool.
In
All right.
fact, like the lead scientist's name in that folder is not anybody you've ever heard of before.
Okay.
But
And that one was more like a biological-based experiment rather than...
yep,
Okay.
I think I gave you the name once. Olivia.
Martinez.
Yes.
Yeah, Dr. Martinez.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Are
The other...
you sharing that?
Yeah,
group
I'm
at
going to
this
tell
point?
them now. So the other file folder you found, the Super Soldier
Yeah.
thing, I don't think that's... It's not the same, like, project as Crash or anything. It's like some biological experiment or something on some G.I. Joe dude.
What is going on over there? We've got that. There's Crash. There was Horrible Peter.
Yeah,
He looked more horrible than usual.
he did.
He looked like he was dying.
But I wonder if that escaped soldier is what the like helicopters and stuff were looking for.
Maybe. And we
Maybe.
saw...
The Wookiee.
Yeah, we saw something. I'm
Wait, you
pretty
saw a
sure
Wookiee?
it wasn't a Wookiee.
It could be a Wookiee. There are robot boys. Wookiees could be a thing.
We saw something go by the fence, and all we saw was like the top of the head, and it was like brown hair. That was it. Not necessarily
What color
a Wookiee.
hair does Horrible Peter have?
Whatever it was really
He's
tall.
probably got like dishwater blonde hair.
Oh, yeah, he probably does. Okay.
Because he washes it with dishwater.
Yeah.
Parents don't let him use the Yes,
Oh
they have a gray water tank, but it's really just the stuff that's gone down the garbage disposal.
So he gets his hair cut as the garbage disposal.
It's a liquid flow bee.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, no, we can't feel bad for Horrible Peter.
No, it's horrible. Okay, and Super Soldier guy, what kind of hair does he have?
He has brown hair.
Ah, okay. Brown hair like this?
Kinda. I mean, you saw it at sunset going by in the darkness a little bit.
Yeah, the next door neighbor's dog was going crazy. You know, the one that's usually really quiet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I only saw a little bit of something, but it was over the fence. It was tall enough that I could see over the fence.
That is tall. How tall is the fence? tall
Probably
is the
6
guy?
foot.
Okay.
So if you could see this much of a head, that's a
Yeah.
pretty tall person.
Yeah, like 6
Like
foot.
him.
5-ish.
It was Nick the whole time.
It's purple.
And I would have gotten away with it too.
Well, it could have been the Super Soldier guy.
Maybe the dog was going crazy. Is there anything about him, like, and animals or something?
I don't see any bullet points that are like dogs hate him or anything.
No, you see,
Emits a high frequency.
you see a whole,
dogs can hear.
you see a whole chart. That after you've flipped through a while now, you've gotten to a part that's a whole sort of a table of names and like timing measurement,
Okay.
and it's names that you recognize because it's kids
What?
from school.
What?
So going down the list, you see like
is that shared yet?
essentially you see like it's all boys,
Okay.
and it's all there. It looks like their time for like a mile lap around the track,
Okay.
and so like Crash is way up at the top of the list.
Yeah.
And eventually you go down, you find Danny and other people you know
Weird.
on the list,
Okay.
and there's like some stars next to some names near the top of the list, except not Crash.
What'd you find?
This is weird. There's like a list of kids' names and like times, like they're like racing times or something.
What?
Look.
I mean,
Wait a minute. They said that those were for the national health testing.
Oh, what?
is it to see if you can outrun a super soldier? Like, what?
Yeah, did you see a G.I. Joe? Did they make you
No,
race him?
we just had to run around the track, and they timed us, and then it went on like the roster, and you get on the presidential roll. You guys are in gym class.
They kind of let me just go to science again.
I don't really do
And at,
anything in gym
at this
class.
point, gym class is not co-ed.
Right.
That's
But
really
why
weird.
would that be? In
We had to do that. We had to do pull-ups. We had to do push-ups. We had to do sit-ups, and I hate that.
Maybe they were
Is it
checking
just-
for the next candidate to become a super soldier.
Oh no,
Yeah, it's bad.
that's not good.
Uh-uh.
Is Danny's name starred?
was
No.
this
Okay.
was this a mile?
Yeah, it was a mile around the thing.
Okay.
You do, after you kind of look at the file a little bit, you do recognize the Dr. Martinez is the woman that came and did all those tests. And you recall that some people, you're not entirely sure all who, but several of the people that did really well on a lot of the tests,
Got,
she
pulled aside.
took them for some other stuff. But you weren't part of that.
I think that was the name of the doctor who was there giving the tests.
Creepy.
And they pulled George aside, and maybe some of those other guys. I don't remember everyone. I mean, I wasn't in the group. They have my time wrong, though.
But
Pulled him aside, but did they take them away?
I didn't see. I mean, they said that they wanted to talk to them, and they walked off to the side, but I saw them in class later.
Oh, okay. Well, if you've seen them
Did they seem-
since-
You've seen them
Different?
since, yeah.
Okay.
Because that test was a while ago.
Right.
It was not super
or
recent.
maybe they're candidates for like a super soldier program. Like,
Or what if they're like using their DNA to alter the super soldier? If
why,
they
why high school kids if they could like find actual athletes?
High metabolism.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, the younger DNA is better? I don't know.
Why couldn't they have done something like Captain America? That would have been a lot cooler. I don't like this.
Yeah. I don't like it. It's creepy.
Well, now what?
And why'd that guy tell us to stay on the roads?
I don't know.
Like, is this guy some sort of, like, wolfman or something?
Well, whatever he was running around the woods. He wasn't running down the middle of the town.
Maybe we should ask
So-
Dav if he's seen this guy.
C'est possible.
Did you guys have the transceiver?
It's back in my place.
You didn't bring it with you?
Well, no, I didn't want it to fall into enemy hands.
Oh, okay, good point. Good point.
Also, I didn't necessarily want him hearing everything I had to say all the time.
Yeah, that's probably true.
She hid it someplace no one will ever look.
Nope, it was very secure.
Did you put it in your
I didn't-
underwear
I
drawer?
did not-
Yeah, it's in my underwear drawer.
They never look in there.
They got so red-faced.
Oh my god, I bet.
As I'm listening, I promise.
I believe you, Francois. Okay, well, we're gonna need that, so we have to go to your house at some point.
And it's getting late, too.
It is getting late, yeah. I escaped from a government facility. I don't think I can go home. Can I stay at your house?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Although, if anybody comes looking for you, we'll have to, like, hide you in the closet or something.
Yeah, I can do that. I fit.
I know.
You've probably done that before.
Probably. Okay.
So,
We should probably get going.
So, I guess, Francois, you're with me.
was my underwear drawer that offensive?
Well,
I thought
no,
we were all
but if
going to
we're...
go check and
I thought-
talk
okay.
to Dav, right?
You're
Yeah.
right. We should do that.
Well, I mean, it's probably kind of like on the way, and you're staying with your. Well, you should check in with your parents.
Yes, I should probably call them at
They're
some
going to
point.
send you back to Canada if you don't come home tonight.
Oh, you're right. Oh, zut alors.
So we'll go check in with Dab, and then we should make sure you get to your hotel. Okay?
Yes, this is a good idea.
Yeah, you can use the phone in my house if you want.
Oh, merci.
Yeah, maybe we could get your parents to come pick you up, and then that way you won't get attacked by Wookiees.
I like this plan.
I hear they rip people's arms off.
Yeah. You know,
And they
you're
get
supposed
mad.
to let them win.
Yeah.
Always let the Wookiee win.
Yeah.
That's on the signs posted in like the Pacific Northwest campgrounds. Like if you encounter a Wookiee, just let it win. Like
Yeah.
the bear signs are like, just play dead.
Let it win.
Most bears can climb trees better than you. Don't be stupid.
Just
You
fall
know-
over on your side and let it eat you.
I always wondered how we got that ship.
Okay. So,
So we're gonna go back
biking
to
Midge's
Midge's.
house.
All right.
All right.
Oh, since we spent time in our hideout, can I clear my condition?
Absolutely.
Yay.
You guys, if anybody else has a
Oh,
condition, you can.
I had scared.
You're feeling less scared now.
Hooray,
I
I
had
found
probably
Cassie.
taken upset at some point, but it's been like off and on, and
Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll get those back when Midge has to go into her underwear drawer.
No, I'm saying you're safe. Downstairs, the chicken.
is it
Yeah,
bears
yeah,
in
yeah,
here?
yeah.
You hear that scuff of like a poorly lined up dresser drawer, and then both of you are like upset, scared.
Broken.
All right. So you guys are pedaling from the shop back to Midge's house.
Yeah.
You get into the neighborhood. There are no longer police outside of Cassie's house, but there is police tape over the door, like in the X.
Oh, okay.
Um,
The front door?
yeah.
Oh, weird.
Well, there might be on the back door too, but you haven't gone
That's
around.
true.
back
Well,
to
there's no
see it.
back door anymore. Dav crap.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
over the hole
But I
where
was,
the back
like
door
the
would
front
be.
door, they didn't break that, presumably.
No, but the policeman did investigate the house pretty thoroughly.
Okay.
So.
Your house is a crime scene.
Yeah, all my stuff's in there.
I mean, we can always climb in the window and get it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. That's probably fine.
All right. Well, let's
But-
go inside.
In your driveway is your dad's police cruiser.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
I'm gonna go inside because Dad's car is here. You know how to get up in the window.
Yeah.
So maybe I guess do that.
Okay, we'll meet you up there and try
Hopefully. Oh, it's really late. Oh no.
I mean, it's only like
It is still a weekend.
it's a weekend.
All right. Well,
Good luck.
okay.
So I guess we're gonna try and sneak into Midge's window.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go in the front door.
Well, you guys don't really have to make a sneak to get in
Okay.
because nobody's outside, nobody's looking,
Yeah.
so you're able to get up in through her window.
And Cassie's done it
know,
like
right?
a million times.
Yeah, yeah.
Not my forte.
And you're familiar with each and every rung on the lattice work on the side of the house.
Yeah. This particular exercise I have done before.
You get to the front door. You go inside, and sitting in the chair in the living room where your dad often sits with the TV on is your dad. And he's sitting there, and he's got a beer in his hand. And he's like, "Welcome home."
Hey, Dad. I'm glad you're home. I heard what happened. I was really scared.
I don't actually know what happened. Today's been a little weird.
Yeah. But Marge came over, and she brought dinner. It was really nice.
Oh, good. Yeah, first thing I remember today is I woke up and I was in one of the little detention rooms they have over there at the plant, at the the science place.
Yeah.
And
The one I've never gone to.
Well, I mean, yeah, but he's not asking you
I know,
about
I'm
the
just
room. But, yeah. You have to try and play off that you don't know exactly the room he's talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I woke up and I was there, and they told me that I'd gotten onto the base using somebody else's code, and I don't remember any of that.
That's super weird.
So they ran some tests, and they put me in one of those torpedo tube machines, and said everything looked okay, and kind of decided to let me come home because I didn't do anything other than use somebody's code on the place.
Yeah.
And they talked to him and her. Oh hell, I forgot, and I left that paper at home. So, whoever's code I used, they talked to them, and and they're okay, and they don't know what was going on, but apparently, I guess other people had some weird stuff happen.
Yeah, I heard that there was some weird stuff happening, but I mostly just kind of rode my bike around and.
You been okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Kind of late.
Yeah. I'm sorry, sir.
It's all right. I'm glad you're home. I'm glad I'm home.
I'm glad you're safe. And she's gonna go over and give him like a very awkward hug.
And he returns the hug with the same level of awkward.
Pat.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay. We'll see you in the morning.
Okay. Good night, Dad.
I took tomorrow off work, so I'll be around.
Okay.
They told me I should probably rest the weekend since they don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So, I'll see you in the morning. Up the stairs.
Then he unmutes the TV.
You probably open the door and we're all like, like totem pole style, like one
Scooby-Doo.
above the other. Yeah, listening at the door. That seemed like it went okay.
I guess. We gotta try and make sure that the communicator with Dad isn't real loud, though. He's got the TV up, but
Do you have like a radio or something you can turn on?
yeah, I guess so.
Just like put it near the door and we'll get in the other corner of the room
Yeah.
to use the thing.
Yeah, I'll turn on the radio and put it over by
Point
the
the
bedroom
speakers
door.
out, out the door.
And then I'll go into my underwear drawer to get the receiver.
Look at the pretty carpet.
I had her both just like
laughing.
Alright, here.
Oh, Dav, are you there?
Hello? Cassie? Is that you?
What was the code word?
Oh,
Saltfish.
Swordfish?
Yeah, saltfish.
Okay.
Forgot about that crap joke.
It's Cassie and a swordfish? Question mark.
Dav here. Cheese grater.
Is that right?
yeah,
Okay, you guys picked weird code words, but okay.
It was all Danny.
yeah.
Okay,
It really
Look,
was.
no one was ever going to say that in a normal conversation. That's what made them safe.
that's very true. Dav, thanks for charging up our robot friend, Crash, that we didn't know who was a robot.
That is fascinating.
Right?
Like,
So
I would
cool.
love to take him apart.
You don't need to do that because I have a lot of information on how they built him.
Please
Fantastic.
Don't take our friend apart.
Yeah, we would prefer him not taken apart, thank you.
Well, Well, you know what I mean. Like,
For science, I
that's
got
what we're
you.
trying to do here.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to be grisly.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but it could sound not great to other people.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Keep that damn kid quiet!
don't yell. Midge's dad, if she hears, is gonna be mad.
Oh, sorry, Midge's dad.
No, don't.
So, we need to talk about sliding glass doors for a minute.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Yeah, it was.
I think we all learned
yeah.
a valuable lesson here. Watch out for those.
I'm going to keep one hand in front of me when I'm walking through backyards from now on.
It's probably for the best. Also, have you seen a very tall G.I. Joe looking guy anywhere around by chance? Do you know who G.I. Joe is?
Like Cobra Commander and Destro.
Yeah.
No, I have not seen anybody like those guys.
Well, not like them because they're, shiny and silver. But this guy's like G.I. Joe, though, like tall soldier kind of guy.
Oh, no. I
Okay.
haven't seen anybody
What
like
about
that.
the Wookiee? Have you seen a Wookiee?
A Wookiee?
Or a Bigfoot.
Big, I don't know
Big
what
hairy guy. Lots of hair.
that is. I have
Like
not seen any big hairy guys.
humanoid moving through the forest.
No?
No.
Okay.
Mm.
Well,
Pop her on the head.
apparently the facility where they made our friend crash also made a super soldier and he escaped. So watch out for that guy.
Okay. Well, I will. I made it back out to the island with the stuff from the junkyard.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
So I didn't see any crazy soldiers or anything.
Okay. Well, let me know if you do, because I don't know if he might rip people's arms off or something. That's what Wookiees do.
I'll be on the
Oh, to
lookout.
robots especially.
Ah.
It was so good.
Oh my god.
But did you get all the stuff you needed?
I think so. We're working on it.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. Well, good luck. Wait, what was it? We were going to help him with something else, too, right? Breaking his friends out of the...
Well, there was the robot liberation
Yeah, the Robot
Front.
Liberation
Front.
Front. Yeah.
as a possible thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
But the first thing they want to do is try and build the thing to not steal dreams and memories,
Yes.
but to just observe.
Right,
dreams
the
and
observational, the dream thing. Yeah, okay. Well, let us know how the build goes. I do kind of want to see what it looks like when you guys are done building it.
Sure,
Sounds neat.
sure. We should be done sometime tomorrow.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll come by the island and check it out. All right. Well, I guess I just wanted to warn you about the super soldier and stuff and see if you'd seen him.
I appreciate it. But no, if I see any giant hairy soldiers on the island, I will contact you guys immediately.
Okay. Well, say hi to, what's his wife's name again?
And
Say hi to Anne for us.
I will. Thanks. They say hi, Ann.
Just put my hands over it. It's so loud. I'm gonna build
Literal
like a,
bot is literal.
build a raffle box for this thing or something.
Alright, well,
I guess we should try and get some sleep.
probably. We gotta. Oh, you can't use the phone. My
It's
dad's.
fine. I'll just go back to the hotel. I'll tell my parents that we were out in the woods playing and lost track of time. It's fine. I hope. It should be fine. I think. It's bien. Maybe.
Yeah, we should probably get him back to the hotel.
Yeah. I don't want you to have come all this way just to get your arms ripped off.
I would not be fond of that, no.
I feel terrible.
If you want to stay here, I'll make sure he gets back to the hotel. I should probably go home also.
Are you sure, Danny?
But should we go talk about that thing?
I guess we can go to the room at the end of the hall?
Yeah, there's that thing you wanted to show me.
They're being really weird.
Very unusual.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
I think we can actually go across to, like, the bathroom or something. What?
They probably want to be alone for a little bit, don't you think? I mean, he came all the way from
In my
Canada.
bedroom?
Hey, the wingman.
Oh. Can't they do their weird, he's actually real bonding tomorrow?
How do we know? We don't know it's gonna. There's robots and there's Wookiees and there's people going missing with.
And you
like,
want to leave them alone
I
in my
don't-
bedroom?
I don't even know what happened to my dad. Whose brain did my dad get?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with any of this, Danny.
That's why I'm saying let's give him some time and let them. You know, he traveled a long way, and he's part of the band. So we got.
Just be cool, Midge. Be cool.
Look, I'm not hanging out in the bathroom all night with Danny, okay? Jesus.
Just some time. I mean, he broke her out of a security prison.
It's true. It's very romantic.
Fine, whatever. I don't exactly have a deck of cards or anything in here for us, so I guess we just have to sit here and awkwardly be quiet. Good job so far.
When were you going to tell us about Vegas?
Hopefully never.
What happened?
I went out there to stay with my aunt, and I did something that my dad didn't like and caused some trouble, and I don't know, it seemed like he sent me away for an awful long time to spend time with her, and I think maybe he was testing to see if maybe she would be better for me than staying here.
But he decided that it was better for you to come back, right?
I don't know. For now, maybe.
Well, you can't go. We have to figure out some way to make him
Well, I don't want to.
want to have you around.
I think he's worried that I don't. Well, and without Mom here, like, I don't really want to talk about it right now. Okay, I'm really tired.
Okay, but just so you know, I'm here if you ever do want to talk about it.
Yeah, you're good about talking about mom issues.
Oh, shade.
Damn.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Like, I have to take a moment there. While I appreciate that, Danny does not appreciate that.
So that is the shade seat.
Yeah.
Damn. You turned on that shower on hot.
Burn!
Well, we are in the bathroom.
Yeah, it's our first aid
I
kit
just
under the
go
sink.
over to the tap and just stare at him and turn on the shower.
Oh my god.
It's more like an ice shower.
I deserve that, but you're really important, and we need you here. Not just me, but everybody.
Well, I might
And not just because of the band. I know I get really excited about that, but you're a really important person, and we wouldn't be the same without you. And so if there's anything we can do to convince your dad, you have to let us help.
I don't think
We
there's
want to
any-
help you.
I don't think there's anything you can do, but I can't get in trouble again. That's why all the sneaking around has had me so weirded out. Because if I, after what happened right before we came back from break, kind of went to go see my mom, and nobody knew where I was. So, but I still don't want to talk about it, okay?
Okay, I understand. Here. I give you my Walkman. This always makes me feel
Damn.
better. That's right, I'm fighting back shade with feelings.
How do?
Not only that, but like now you're moving in on Crash. Especially because you got a leg up now because you're not a creepy robot.
Right, I'm not.
Robots aren't creepy.
He's a little creepy.
Meh.
In retrospect, it's
Robocop
like,
is a little
oh,
creepy.
This is just like on loan, right?
yeah, just so
Okay,
you can,
yeah.
you know, you didn't want to talk.
Okay. If you get close enough, we can both listen, okay? We can each take a speaker.
Like stretching out the.
Yeah. Or you know when you
Throw
hold it
one
like
the other
in
way.
between, so you could hear it.
Right.
So it's probably the Eurythmics tape.
That's awesome.
So I guess that's what we'll do.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
uh,
I can't believe you came all the way from Canada to rescue me.
You'll let us have me worried.
Thank you. I mean, it's been kind of crazy here.
I'm just glad I could help. I wanted to help.
Yeah, you super helped. You got me out. That was cool. This is going to be really good for your novel. How's the novel going?
It's going really well, and I've got a lot of new chapters in mind now after everything that's happened here.
Yeah.
Reassure your friends, I'm not going to mention any names or anything. I can't not include this, no?
Oh, you have to include this. How weird is all this?
It's amazingly weird. Nothing weird that this happens in Canada.
No?
No.
I mean, usually nothing this weird happens here, but it's been a weird few days, weeks. I don't know what time it is. We have robots and maybe a Wookiee.
But I just want you to know, I want to help any way I can. Even if it's from Canada, if you need someone to research or look things up for you, or just someone to talk to.
Thank you, Francois. You've been amazing. I know I write you all these crazy letters, and it probably seems like I'm making this half the stuff up, but now you know I'm not.
Not anymore.
But it's been hard, and you being there for me has gotten me through a lot of it. So I'm so happy you're here.
I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to see that you have friends who care about you and will have your back with all this craziness happening.
Yeah, they do. Even if they're silly sometimes. But having friends that will come and break you out of a government facility is pretty awesome.
Those are good people to have, yeah.
We stole a boat.
I know.
I mean, didn't steal it.
You
We gave it
borrowed
back.
a
It
boat.
was like borrowing, yeah. It was pretty cool though.
You're a rebel.
I know. I didn't think I would be, but here we are.
Wait till the summer at the space camp hear about this next year.
Yeah, they're gonna
You're going to
think.
be the coolest person at space camp. Not that you weren't already, because you're very smart and very, very good at what you do. And
Oh, thank you, Francois. She's like totally blushing, even though it's dark in here and you probably can't see it very well. Yeah. I'm so excited to read your new chapters for the book.
I'm going to send them to you right away.
Yay.
And I'll have to include copies of the book for your friends, since they are such vital inspirations.
Yes, please do. I know. I think they'll be very excited. Yay. How long are you staying?
A week? We are here for just
Oh.
a week. But I don't know how long we're staying in Boulder. They're kind of moving around and
Oh,
going to see the
okay.
Hoover Dam and try to see some things.
Yeah.
I'll try to convince them to stay as long as possible, because the longer I get to see you is always
Yeah.
good.
I hope we don't have to fight super soldiers the whole time you're here. We can go do something fun.
I heard Boulder has a nice zoo.
Yeah, that would be fun. We could go to the zoo.
Hashtag Caswa.
The best part is it's in somebody else's bedroom, and you're both just like,
We're 12.
yeah.
You came from Canada to see me. What do we do?
Now what?
I'm also super excited about the fact that there's going to be like an international espionage problem in the future, because you're going to go home and write about super classified government projects in your novel.
Yes.
And you'll change the names, but it's pretty obvious what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about.
What?
Yeah.
What the? God, commies got a hold of it.
Suddenly,
Making some kid
Francois on a
and
watch
Give it
list.
to the
Damn
Canadians.
Canadian
Canadian.
commies.
The intel told us he was fake.
What a cover.
It's just this FBI folder with Francois' picture and then just a big fake stamp. That's the secret. That's the secret for your character.
That
You're
is my
actually
secret.
a Russian.
I'm always fake.
Yeah.
You're not. You're fake because you're not a
Oh
Canadian.
my god,
at
I'm
all.
totally a Russian Splinter Cell agent.
Oh god.
But then you find out he's not really a Russian Splinter Cell agent. He's a robot built to think that he's a Russian Splinter
Oh,
Cell agent.
yes.
Like a parfait.
Yeah.
So many layers.
All right.
God damn it.
So, when you guys come back in from the bathroom break, are you guys riding off together to get him to his hotel? Is that the plan?
I think so.
I think that makes the most sense in that that Cassie can
Yeah.
spend the night
At Midges.
at Midge's, and then I'll make sure that Francois gets back to his hotel, and then do the weird two-handed bike thing back to my
Yeah.
place.
Sure.
I think as Francois is leaving, Cassie probably gives him a hug and then does the like French kiss on the cheek thing before he goes. Like they may not have ever done that before, but like he came all the way from Canada
yeah.
to save her.
And
so.
that's right when we walk back into there.
There it is.
Just that moment of stopping, like,
The door swings open, and you guys are just like,
Breaking apart.
Just seconds too late. Just, oh, that was nothing. That was
That's how the French say goodbye.
right. Exactly.
Yeah, I've seen it in movies.
France is weird.
all right. You guys, go ahead and make a body move.
Hooray! It's now a 3 instead of a 2.
Yay!
There you go.
You've got to move
Body
it, move it.
move. Okay.
This is just for the ride back.
Okay.
In the dark,
Sure.
a little bit freaked out.
Go first, in case he gets multiple 6s.
3 6s.
Oh,
4
man.
6s.
All right. I didn't need your 6s.
That's right.
Woo!
Ah,
You started
Have this shit under
writing
control.
Imperial and not metric.
You're like, the
God.
hotel is 3.2 miles. That is how many kilometers? That's far.
Yeah.
That's far. But you guys are riding, and due to your extra successes, you're able to dodge several groups of 3 looking official cars that come rushing through town, and one set is escorting what looks like some kind of a military looking ambulance. So it looks sort of like an ambulance, but kind of buff and burly for an ambulance, built on like a military truck frame instead of a standard civilian like kind of ambulance. But those are rushing through town tonight too. You get back to the it's probably like the Holiday Inn.
Nothing fancy.
Well, that is the fancy one,
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Your parents went all out for Boulder City, man. I'm telling you.
It's not the Hojo's. It's the Holiday Inn.
Oh yeah, it's classy.
Oh my god.
But you get back there. Danny can take the other bike, no problem. When you get back to the room, Your mom is totally sitting on like the lawn chair that she stole from the pool area just to sit outside the room and wait for you.
Oh. Hello?
Bonsoir.
I'm so sorry. I'm late. There was a bit of an issue. We were out playing in the woods, near the city, and we completely lost track of time. And all of a sudden, we got back and realized how late it was. And I had one of Cassie's friends ride me back over here as soon as possible. I'm so sorry.
You will go to sleep.
Yes, that's a good idea. I'm very tired.
In the morning, we will have a talk with your father.
Oh no.
Oui, mama.
And like she awkwardly scoots the chair back down the hallway as you go inside. And your dad is just snoring logs in the other bed.
Yeah.
He's just out.
Yeah, Francois' gonna climb into bed and kind of like turn over on the pillow and just the biggest grin on his face.
Aww.
It was all worth it.
Mhm. Whatever happens, it's fine.
Probably your mom's not actually mad. Like, you kind of be able to suss this out a little bit. Like, it's more that she's a little, like, she's actually kind of happy that you were out late with a girl. Like that's cool. But she's probably was just a little worried. Strange city, out
Right.
late at night. You come from small town Canada, Montreal. But, and for those of you out there on the internet, I know Montreal's not a small
Yeah.
town. I was making a joke.
Great, now
Or
it's not
was I?
funny anymore.
No, that's the best time. Is you explain jokes and they're funnier.
That's the rule of comedy.
Every time. But then she comes in and turns out the light and climbs into bed. You guys get to sleep.
I
Fine.
hope so.
Through the night, you wake up several times because you hear an unusual number of like sirens in the distance, and you hear a couple of helicopters fly over town, which is kind of weird at night. But other than that, your house is fine. Nothing weird happens.
Yeah, I'm sure she would wake up, but if her dad's home, she's going to feel pretty safe that, he'll take care of anything that might be bad.
Yeah. Your dad will fight off the wolves.
Yes, he will. And you know what? I would put down credits on Midge's dad.
Spoiler: Midge's dad is actually a gun dark. It's fine.
Acceptable.
It's just Danny, you get home, and your house porch light is on. You get into the house, and your mom is no longer in the middle of the floor where you left her.
Yeah.
But you do see that the note you left is on the fridge. Like it's magneted to the fridge. And that your mom and dad's cars are both outside. But the house is quiet when you get inside.
Okay.
And you don't see anybody.
Then I quietly go to my bedroom and pretend that I was there for all night.
Sure. You can try that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in the morning.
For the entire all night.
Yes, the entire all night.
About 45 minutes or an hour after you sort of climb into bed, you're still kind of hyped up and energized, so it takes you a while to get to sleep, even though you're exhausted. It's that you got to the point of exhausted and
Right.
adrenalinized that you're like,
Why
but
can't
I really want to go to
Yeah,
sleep.
I want
Oh my
to sleep,
God,
great.
please.
And you have that
Tomorrow will be
coffee with all the
wonderful.
sugar in it.
Right.
You get 4 pounds of sugar and a little bit of coffee. But you before you get off to sleep, you hear like a thump in the backyard, and then you hear running footsteps, and you hear climbing up the side of your house
Okay.
noise.
Yeah, I think once I hear the running footsteps, I'm up and looking out the window, and probably have like the baseball bat that, like the old Little League bat. That's
Okay.
by
You're
the
ready. You're ready. So, from across the backyard, you see a shadowy shape running towards your house that like leaps up onto the side of your house and starts climbing up the trellis like you've used to get into your room, and gets up even with your window, and you're just staring in at you is your sister, and she looks kind of freaked out and sees you standing there and looks even more freaked out, and then just goes into her room, like through her window. And you hear her window slide shut.
So what the hell? So
Are you going to go over there?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll go knock on. I'll go knock on her door.
You hear some rustling around and stuff, and then eventually she comes over and she cracks open the door just a little bit. She goes, "What do you want?"
What do you mean? What do I want? Where have you been?
"I was out with my friends." "Like you don't go out with your friends?"
Why are you so freaked out?
"It's late. There's a whole bunch of police and stuff out there."
No, but you were freaked out when you looked in the window and saw me.
"Well, I wasn't expecting you to be staring at me as I run through the backyard."
Well, I wasn't expecting you to be running through the backyard and making thump and jumping up on the house.
"What did you think I was?"
I don't know. You won't tell me.
"I'm Dracula. I came to suck your blood in the night."
It's not funny.
Blood.
Look, I told you I don't like that movie, okay?
Oh my god.
So just go to sleep. You're making noise in the hallway. Mom and Dad are going to wake up. We're both going to get in trouble. Just go to bed. Leave me alone.
Are you in trouble?
If you wake up Mom and Dad, I will be. So quiet.
Fine. And I'll go back to my room.
She closes her door, and you hear some more rustling or noises and stuff on the other side of the wall. And some
I
music
don't-
comes on.
Okay. I don't go right back to sleep though. I'm gonna sit by the window and see if she's going back out.
How long are you going to stay there?
He says to
How long does Danny stay? Let's see. I want to see how long Danny stays awake. An hour,
An hour.
or until like the music goes, like until I haven't heard anything and the music goes off and like the light goes off because I can probably see like whatever it's through the window.
Describe your room. How are you sitting by the window?
Okay. The way I see Danny's room is there's like the door into the room, and then to the left there is like the window that faces out to the front, and then on the side there's the window that's like in the back with the backyard and everything.
Sure. And that's the
And-
one that's next to your sister's window.
Right. And then I have a bed that is against the wall that's like towards the front.
Okay.
And then my desk, which is like one of those tubular steel, very 80s
Particle board.
minimalist, thing like that, because it's the coolest thing in the world, guys. And then like a desk chair, and it's got like a little shelf on the desk and everything, and there's a checkered carpet and that. So I'm probably sitting in my desk chair, just like rocking back and forth, looking out the window.
Do you have any lights on? Do you have any evidence that you're awake in the room?
No, I think that I turn out the lights.
Okay.
And I've got like a little bit of music playing, but like very, very low. Like it might be you'd have on to go to sleep, but that's just so that I have something to listen to, so I don't fall asleep in the chair.
That's totally fine. And
Which happens after about an hour because you know, I stay like suddenly the day crashes in and it doesn't matter, and I probably wake up, you know, on the desk.
the checkered carpet pressed into your face. Just as you're starting to drift off to sleep, so you're in that like
Right.
keep waking yourself up a little bit, but it's a losing battle for sure.
Right. I'm in that liminal state.
Outside, on the other side of your fence, you see 4 or 5 shapes in the dark that kind of are moving by, and when they, like, one of them looks towards your house, and you can tell that because there's kind of a silvery reflection on the eyes.
I want to find them. Sorry, what?
Just for a split second, and then they're gone. So it's almost like you're not quite sure if you saw it or not, because you were in that like,
Right, especially
and then you're like,
I'm-
huh, what? And then you just see that quick flash, and then the darkness swallows them up again, because they're not running with flashlights or anything else.
Was it, and it was like silver, or it was like cat's eyes sort of thing?
It was not like cat's eyes. It was sort of a silvery shimmer, almost like reflected moonlight on a lake,
Okay.
or starlight on a lake. You know, that kind of very cool white.
Okay. So it doesn't come into, they don't come into the yard. I just see that sort of like, because I've got the downward angle, I kind of see over the wall.
Yeah.
And one of them looks up, and I catch the light, and then go. Okay.
And it's not like it made eye contact with you or anything.
No, no,
but
no.
Like, it just, like it was
It's like-
observing.
right,
as
looking
it was
around.
going,
Okay. And then probably wake up and
yeah. Where did you park the bikes?
I'm thinking probably in the side yard because the garage would have made too much noise.
Okay.
It would have been like, oh,
That's fine.
someone obviously came home way past when they should have been home. So yeah, probably right underneath my window.
Cool. No problem. And I think that's a good place to stop for today.
Yeah.
And we'll come back for Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Sunday.
So, thank you out there for joining us. I hope you had fun listening
Woo!
Yay.
to an episode of New Knowledge and Feels. Who knew? I didn't.
Yeah.
That's the best part about this game. But yes, thanks for joining us. We will be part of this group will be back next week on Monday, because again, thanks to the Monster Hearts folks for swapping with us so that we could at least get one game in this month.
Yeah.
But next week we won't be playing Tales from the Loop, because we'll be missing 2 of our usual players, and that makes it really hard to keep a story going if half the cast is suddenly gone.
Fair.
And it's difficult to do just like a zoom in story on one of the kids.
Yeah.
Like this is the Commander Riker episode. The rest of the cast just got a week off.
Yeah.
It's cool. He's on an adventure in a shuttlecraft. Like that gets awkward and weird. So instead, we'll probably, I think, those of us that are still here are going to probably try and play like a game of Fiasco that night.
Woo!
So you can see how terrible people can be in a game that's made to make you as terrible as you can be.
Ooh,
Wait, that isn't
I've never
every game?
played Fiasco before, and I'm going to be super good at that.
Oh, it's so good. It is so good.
Because
Coen Brothers movie,
well,
the game.
as much as that has been a thing in the Monster Hearts, that is not a game that's designed to make you as terrible a person as you can be.
No, that's just my personal philosophy as a
Right.
player.
That's
in
just
every
what
game
happens
I'm
at the
in.
table.
Yes.
That's just what's happening there, but this game is specifically designed to make you a terrible, terrible person. The only person I've ever seen play a truly nice, kind-hearted person in Fiasco is Bill, who played a poor, handicapped boy in the Wild West that fell into the lure of a snake oil salesman
Oh, no.
who uses him to steal stuff, and then it lures him out into the desert and kills him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
That's
Wow.
horrific.
I love
yeah.
it.
It's all bad all the time, and that's what's the best part about it.
Cool. I'm gonna be a monster. It's gonna be great.
So, we'll see you for that. It'll be fun next episode, and then after that, when everybody's back in town, we'll be back to playing Tales from the Loop. So have a good week, everybody.
Yeah.
There's new stuff afoot, and I don't know what the schedule is, but Nick is going to make it go right here where my face is.
All of our faces are. Will be
Everyone's
replaced by
face will be
calendar.
replaced by the calendar
It's really for the best.
of the knowing. So enjoy it. Have a good night. See you next time.
Ciao.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.